You're watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the Quad Cities, with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel, this is Quad Cities Live.
Today on the show, celebrating 40 years of windows, siding, and doors. That's right, we are spotlighting longtime local home improvement business, Suburban Construction, and creating opportunities for individuals with disabilities to succeed, grow, and achieve. Empowering Abilities is here with more on the organization's mission. And in our second half hour, an inspiring and transformative event dedicated to empowering women from all walks of life. We're going to get you ready for the GLOW Conference coming up soon. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live on this Monday, April 7th. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Morgan Otier. Quad City Music Guild is kicking off its 77th season. Yes, that's right, with a new April production underway now. You can buy your tickets to Jimmy Buffett's Escape to Margaritaville. Luke Vermeer is the show's director, and he is joining us in the studio now. Luke, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you
for being here today. Well, this is very exciting, and I couldn't believe it when I read that. 77 seasons.
Yeah, we've been around for quite a bit.
That is just wild. So congratulations to all of you on the success over that amount of time. It's truly amazing. So this past weekend was opening weekend for Escape to Margaritaville.
Yeah.
So talk about it. How did everything go?
It went really great. We had some really awesome audiences. Sunday we had the Quad City Parrot Head Club in attendance, so that was really great to have them.
Yeah.
The actors fed off their energy a whole lot.
I bet.
It was nice to have a replacement for the concerts and kind of get back to the fun and the party.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it has been, you know, Jimmy Buffett's fans are like, you know, second to none.
Yes.
And ever since his passing, I mean, I think people have been craving a little bit more of that. And so you could probably feel that from the audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, yeah, that's really cool. So the plot, the storyline to Escape to Margaritaville, tell us a little bit about it.
So Escape to Margaritaville follows two employees at the island resort that you know, every week new tourists come and go, and one week two girls on a bachelorette vacation from Cincinnati come down. Both the guys end up catching feelings for the first time in a very long time, and at the end of the week they go home.
Oh boy. Okay, so there's a little romance in this.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's a musical, of course. It's also a comedy. Talk about how funny it is.
Oh gosh. It's when I saw it for the first time, I was surprised at how funny it was. And one of the beautiful things about directing a show is you get to custom tailor it to your taste.
Right.
And I think the show's hilarious.
Yeah.
And all of our audiences have enjoyed it so far. There's a lot of little tongue-in-cheek stuff happening all over the place. It's a good time.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, talk about the cast. You talked a little bit about the main characters. Is it a large cast? I mean, you're directing this thing, so I'm sure, you know.
We have a cast of 20, which is a little bit on the smaller side for a musical theater show. This isn't your big grand Hello Dolly or anything, but it's a tight-knit cast of 20 people. First rehearsal, I said I'm, to a certain extent, willing to sacrifice a little bit of the product as long as we get to have fun, and the audience is going to feed off of that fun on stage. So.
They absolutely do, and I think that's, I think you're wise in that, because they can feel it when the characters, the actors are all having a good time.
Yep.
So I'm assuming that the audience is going to get to hear some of their favorite Jimmy Buffett tunes.
Absolutely. All of the ones that you expect to hear, Margaritaville, Fins, 5 O'Clock Somewhere, that's all in there. There's a couple deep tracks as well.
Okay.
And then Jimmy Buffett actually wrote a song specifically for the musical, so that's like a deep, deep, deep cut.
Wow,
so,
okay. Do you have a favorite personally, Jimmy Buffett song?
Coast of Marseille is really good, especially with the way it's staged in this show. Otherwise, I really like The Death of the Unpopular Poet, which is another deep track.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, I like those answers. I mean, I was going to say Cheeseburger in Paradise.
Oh, that one's fun too.
My dad, you know, he's a parrot head, so that's a favorite in our family. So very cool. So what are some of your favorite parts about this show for people that are still planning on coming to see it?
My favorite part about the show is the fact that for 2 hours you forget you're in the Midwest, and you forget that you are potentially dealing with cold weather. It was kind of nice to rehearse with those negative temperatures outside, and you'd walk into the stage door and automatically you felt like you were on the beach. I mean, it is in every sense of the word an escape. And I think we all could use that now.
I think you're right. Especially, this is like the perfect time for a show like this because we're in like weird Midwest spring right now where we've experienced like a little bit of spring, a couple days of summer, back to winter. So this is really good time to pass the time with a show like this. So you've got your Jimmy Buffett themed shirt on today. Do you see a lot of audience members? I mean, aside from when the Parrot Head Club came on Sunday, people kind of dress in the part when they come to see the show.
Oh yeah, definitely see a lot of Hawaiian shirts, a lot of Key West t-shirts out there. We've seen captain hats and stuff like that on.
So people are having fun with it.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so we talked a little bit about your 77th season at the Guild. So talk about a little bit of what's to come. I know you're not directing any other shows, but it's going to be a really fun season, I'm sure, ahead.
We still have a little bit of stuff for everybody in the rest of the season. We're doing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is a tongue twister.
Yeah, it is.
In June. That's a nice big cast in contrast to this one. Gypsy in August. The Prom in July, and then The Sound of Music in November.
So, some real big ones coming up. Okay, well, this is a great way to kick everything off.
Absolutely.
Kick off the season, and you have several chances to see Escape to Margaritaville, the musical, with shows Friday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. You can also see the performance on Sunday at 2, and you can purchase tickets by calling the box office at the number there on your screen, 309-762-6610, or by visiting QCMusicGuild.com. Luke, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Up next, our business spotlight. We're showcasing Suburban Construction, which is celebrating 40 years of windows, siding, and doors. Kyle takes us on location next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
2025 marks a big year for Suburban Construction. 40 years of serving the Quad Cities community and beyond with new windows, siding, and doors. And we're looking forward to the next 40 years. At least Darren Wilson is. He is a vice president of Suburban Construction and has invited us down to the showroom. Darren, thanks for having us today.
We love having you here.
Yeah, I mean, 40 years. That's a big milestone for Suburban Construction. How did this all get started here in the Quad Cities?
Well, it started with a guy by the name of Brian Gerskis. He was working for a wholesale supply distribution center here in the Quad Cities. And one thing he noticed when he was dealing with the contractors he was selling materials to was kind of a lack of customer service.
Sure.
You don't really coincide with customer service and contractor a whole lot.
Yeah.
So with that niche in the market, he decided to quit his job with 3 baby boys in diapers.
Oh gosh.
And start his own company.
That's
Suburban
a risk.
Construction. It is. It really is.
Yeah.
So, and that focus was customer service from the get-go.
And I mean, it sounds like that risk paid off, and he's still president of the company today.
Well, his son is.
His son is?
Yeah, so that was Brian Gerskis Sr. Brian Gerskis Jr., JR as we call him. Yeah, and he and I both run the company now.
Passing the baton, and you all are doing a great job because still to this day, it's windows, siding, and doors.
Yep.
I mean, you're all thinking it at home. If you've been around the Quad Cities for a while, we all know the jingle.
Absolutely. Did you want to sing it?
No, I do not. But maybe we can play it. I don't know. Windows, siding, and doors, Suburban Construction.
That's
right.
it.
We got that out of the way.
Let's go back
now
to
that
high school days.
Now that I've embarrassed myself. Yeah, I mean, talk about how that jingle got started.
Well, it was written by a guy by the name of Phil Hartley. And Brian Gerskis Sr. went to Phil and kind of gave him a shot for a marketing song. And he came up with the jingle and played it for Brian, and he loved it. I mean, we put what we do in the jingle, and now when anybody thinks of windows, siding, doors, our phone rings.
We're sitting here talking in your showroom on Harrison Street in Davenport. So this really provides a benefit to the customer because instead of looking at a brochure or a pamphlet, they can actually see the siding and the windows and the doors actually installed and can get up close and personal with these items.
You can go out to somebody's house and show them a brochure, show them pictures, but the practicality of making that kind of a financial decision, it's not the best doing it from a kitchen table looking at a pamphlet. So we invite people people to come in. We're very proud of our showroom. One of the successes that we have is we put everything back into the company so that we're here again for 40 years and another 40 years. So people come in and they look around here, they see how windows installed, what it's going to actually look like in their house. They're not looking at a little chip of siding to see the color. They can see it on the wall in full view, and it makes their decision a lot easier as well.
Over 40 years, I'm sure that the business itself has seen different trends come and go. How do you keep up with all that?
We try to stay ahead of the curve. So we try to see what's going to be coming down the pipeline from different manufacturers, be the first ones to offer it, and be the first ones to install it here in the Quad Cities. Because people see an awesome door, or they see siding or a different color, they say, oh, I want that.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that we have it here for them, and just being able to keep up with that curve is very key.
What's the process like on deciding what to get for your home?
It can be a little confusing at first, but that's why we try to help you out. Give us a call, we'll come out, we'll tell you, no, that window's fine, doesn't need to be replaced, or yeah, you probably should. Or we can do different design aspects. For siding, we have a program that we do a 3D scan of the house.
Oh, sure.
And we can show you what the siding's gonna look like installed, so that you're not kind of guessing at what it's gonna look like. And customers really love that aspect as well.
How have these products evolved through the years? Obviously, you know, we mentioned the trends and stuff, but the quality of the product, how's that changed?
So, well, trends and quality kind of go together. So it came out where the big thing was aluminum siding.
Yeah.
But nobody does aluminum siding anymore. In fact, we have, I think, 3 shades of beige and a white that you can do in aluminum.
Oh, wow.
The next big thing was then vinyl, but it wasn't that great when it first came out. That's evolved now. It's gotten thicker, it's more durable, there's more resistance to the sun, so everything kind of changes. Doors, they used to be steel doors, now they're fiberglass, and they're wood grain fiberglass that can be stained, and decorative glass. We've tried to offer all those different things to our customers so that they actually have a choice and they can, you know, get their needs met through anything that we have here.
You all pride yourself on customer service. You really pride yourself on having that connection with your customers.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to take care of the customer because they're the ones taking care of you. We really pride ourselves on that. We want to help people, and we want to help the community also, and that's really huge to us. So we want to make sure the Quad Cities is thriving, because if they're thriving, we're going to thrive as well. We also want to give them great products. And when Brian started the company, he knew that people were willing to pay a little more to get something that's going to last them forever. And that was the main goal. He always called it the Cadillac for the Chevy price. The service after the sale is so important as well. We don't want to just abandon homeowners and then go on our merry way.
Yeah.
So if they call us, we take care of them. 10 years, 20 years, 40 years from the first install. So if people are still in their houses and they need help from us, they are happy to call us, and we're happy to help.
You also immerse yourself in the community. You're not just a business. You're not just here making money. You want to be part of the community.
Yeah, absolutely, and we are part of the community.
Yeah.
So the community takes care of us. We want to give back to them and take care of them any chance we get. So we do a lot of work with the Boy Scouts here locally, Knights of Columbus, through church. We do a lot of work with some AAU teams for basketball and local sports teams here in the Quad Cities.
All right, and you've been very much involved with our radio partners up the street from us on Brady Street. Dwyer and Michaels, 97X.
Yep, they are a couple of characters. We actually did what we'd call a celebrity Pinewood Derby. So through scouting, they do the Pinewood Derby where each troop or pack will race each other. So we did a celebrity version of that. So we got local celebrities from the Quad Cities to have a car and then race each other, and it got pretty heated. And we also had Matt Campbell from Iowa State, coach of Iowa State, and Kirk Ferentz. They would race each other as well.
Oh, wow.
So we had a traveling trophy and everything. Yeah, so it was a lot of fun.
You know, talking about being involved in the community, over the years you've been involved in really all of our local sports teams as well.
Yeah, from the Mallards to the Storm now.
Yeah, the Mallards.
Quad City Steamwheelers, who have been resurrected the past few years, so they're a lot of fun to go out and see. And the River Bandits. So we utilize, marketing through them, and we like to go out to the games and kind of see everybody that's here in the Quad Cities. And we do a lot with some of the philanthropy that we do through different organizations, getting kids to the games and different organizations, and kind of help out with that. And we've won a few awards in the past year or so. Recently was the Better Business Bureau Torch Award for ethics, so that was a big one that we got, and we were pretty proud of that one. And then locals love us. They have us in their spread every year, and we get awards for that. So the Quad Cities is voting us best in a lot of categories, and we truly appreciate that.
Darren Wilson, Vice President of Suburban Construction, thank you so much. Congrats on 40 years, and here's to the next 40.
And for more information on Suburban Construction, visit them online at suburbanconstruction.com. Kyle, thank you for that. Up next on QCL, an organization that gives those with disabilities a chance to find meaningful work along with spaces to grow and connect. Empowering Abilities will join us next on Quad Cities Live.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Providing an environment that inspires a positive impact and enriches the lives of people with disabilities. We're talking about Empowering Abilities, an important local organization with compassionate staff members. Amber Wood is one of them with Empowering Abilities and joins us now. Amber, welcome back.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
Yes, thank you so much for being here today. First, let's just give everybody that's watching today a little bit of background on Empowering Abilities. Who is this organization and what do you do?
So yeah, Empowering Abilities is a not-for-profit organization here serving mostly Scott County individuals with disabilities, really providing them opportunities to grow and thrive. We have a continuum of care of services, everything from day services where individuals come and join us at either our Brady Street or our Hickory Grove Road locations where they get to grow and learn, and they do engaging opportunities and activities throughout the day. They do community field trips and really have an opportunity to grow and learn. We also have residential services, everything from community-based supports where no matter where individuals with disabilities choose to live, we have services that they can provide. So whether they're living at home or if they choose to live in an apartment with roommates, our Endeavor Living program can help to support them in that helping with daily living skills, whether it's going to the grocery store or cooking dinner or just navigating the community, going to the bowling alley or doing other fun activities out and about on the weekends and whatnot. And then we have our residential center, which is home to 55 to 60 individuals, really with access to 24-hour nursing care, round-the-clock services to, again, help them to thrive and be successful. And then we have 3 group homes also. With that, each of them can house up to 8 individuals. Again, really trying to make them just feel part of the community. So our work is really about how do we make individuals or help them to feel like part of that community, whether it's earning a paycheck or just being out and about in the area. Our last program, really, and not to be the least, is definitely our employment services. So we work with community employment opportunities where we help individuals with everything from creating a resume to applying for that job, going to and prepping for interviews, to really being successful in their position once they get hired. And then we also have our enterprise services where we hire associates within our own facilities to help with packing and other activities within our warehouse. And that is another great way that we can partner with organizations, whether they're businesses in the area that might need packaging or labeling or rework. We have a number of different ways that we can partner and always are looking for more partners to join us.
Wow. Okay. So you just really went over a lot of all the really great things that you all do at Empowering Abilities. Talk a little bit about how meaningful it is to these individuals, the independence that you are able to create within them. I feel like the sense of confidence too that they may not otherwise be experiencing without you.
That's a great point, Morgan. I'll tell you, so many times, like the opportunity to earn a paycheck for being rewarded for the work that they're doing is such a huge piece. We talked a little bit about some of our contract cleaning crews and really being able to take pride in the end of the day to know that they've done something that really is helping another business thrive. And our participants are just so proud of that. They want to share it with everyone. And so it's just an incredible opportunity to be able to empower these individuals to thrive in our community and to have meaningful work to do that.
Oh, it's so great. And here at TV6, we're one of them that has a really great a crew from Empowering Abilities that helps us clean up several times a week. And we just love seeing them all so much. We've grown so close to them. I mean, a couple of them, like Donald is the one that I keep, picturing is they crack jokes. They come up to our desk. He gives Kyle a hard time about the weather every time we have bad weather. So, I mean, yeah, it's the relationships that you're you're able to build that we may not otherwise know these folks if you know they didn't get to go through this whole program and with Empowering Abilities. So it really is great. You talked a little bit about the production facility. So that's another one I want to talk about this because they're doing screen printing, correct?
Yes, we do have screen print and embroidery services that are available, and it can be a full service opportunity whether you need a small quantity of shirts or you need enough to do a bulk order. And we also do web stores, so organizations don't have to deal with collecting money and that kind of thing. They can actually just set up that web store and allow individuals to order, and we'll take care of all of the ordering pieces, and then our associates are the ones doing the quality work. Like I'm wearing one of the examples today, but we do also do embroidery services on a variety of different types of items as well. So,
well, that's great. And we actually just had recently an organization come in that is putting together like a 5K race and with Empowering Abilities, and you know they're in charge of doing the T-shirts that everybody is going to be getting for signing up for said race. So that is just such a wonderful thing, and something I'm sure all those folks are really proud of being a part of.
Definitely. And you know, one of the great things is that because of that great work, we were selected as one of the Locals Level's top 5 screen print organizations in the community. So with great pride that our associates are really being able to thrive in that way.
Absolutely. And before we let you go, you know, this does seem like such a fulfilling place to be and a fulfilling place to work at. And you do have employment opportunities for people, actually all different kinds of employment opportunities.
Yes. So within our community-based, community-supported services, we have lots of opportunities, whether that be RNs or LPNs within our programs. We also have community supports that are, you know, mentors within classrooms or within residential settings. So there's lots of great ways that they can give back as employees to really partner alongside of these individuals with disabilities. So if you visit our website and go under the Join Our Team tab, you can see all the listings there with their rates of pay, or you can even find us on Indeed.com as well.
Wonderful. Well, that website is there on the screen for everybody. Many of the staff members, as I've heard in the past, have been there for decades, so you know what a meaningful thing it is for everybody. And if you want to join the team over at Empowering Abilities, or if you just want to learn more about the variety of services available, visit them on the web at empoweringabilities.org. Amber, well done. Thank you so much for being here
Thanks,
today.
Morgan. Glad to be here.
Thank you. Coming up in our next half hour on QCL, an inspiring and transformative event dedicated to empowering women. We'll get the details on the upcoming GLOW conference. Plus, it's National Library Week, and the Rock Island Public Library is celebrating in a variety of ways. We'll learn more about how we can show continued support.
And right now, looking at mostly sunny skies, some breezy to blustery winds across the region. How long will that last, and will we see a few changes later on in the work week? Details coming up.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert Forecast with weather specialist Teresa Bryant.
And right now, enjoying some sunshine across parts of our viewing area. That's what we're seeing in Dubuque, in Burlington, in the Rock Island area, in Bettendorf. Again, a lot of sunshine out there, but also some very breezy winds to be found across parts of our viewing area. That's expected to continue as well. Cool sunshine for this afternoon. And boy, what a start to the work week with temperatures dropping down into the 30s, even a few 20s out there. But right now, looking at a mix of clouds and sunshine, reading of 45 degrees. Temperatures ranging from 39 in Dubuque and Galena, 43 degrees in Savannah and Rock Falls, 45 in Mount Pleasant and Washington. Readings already at 49 degrees in Macomb. Winds still moving out of the north at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, and wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour continuing through this afternoon before we see winds starting to diminish somewhat. Now, we are looking at a system off to the north and east, still sending a few scattered clouds in our direction. Also a bit of precipitation showing up on the map, but a lot of that not yet reaching the ground. So dry conditions for the time being. That's going to continue, along with a few of those clouds moving through into the early evening hours. After that, clearing skies overnight and temperatures dropping down into the 20s. So yeah, it's going to be pretty frigid out there during the overnight hours and a cold start to the day on Tuesday. But we will see more sunshine ahead before clouds clouds move back in, and temperatures, well, they're going to stay in the 40s to lower 50s. And then we see another chance for precipitation moving into our weather picture during the day on Wednesday. In fact, we are looking at fairly light precipitation, some showers passing through the area Wednesday into Thursday. Temperatures for this afternoon expected to remain in the 40s, and then we'll see 50-degree temperatures for some locations by tomorrow. Temperatures for today in the 40s, 46 degrees, cool sunshine, mostly clear and cold tonight, lows dropping down to 26 degrees. Temperatures reaching the 50-degree mark on Tuesday. And as we take a look at your 7-day outlook, readings expected to remain mainly in the 50s, a little bit cooler than normal for this time of year, but we will see a little bit of a warm-up taking place by the weekend with highs in the 60s to near the 70-degree mark.
All right, we are ready for that, Teresa. Thank you. It is National Library Week, a time to recognize and celebrate these community spaces that offer opportunities to learn, grow, and connect with one another. Lisa Lockhart is joining us now from the Rock Island Public Library. Lisa, welcome back to the show.
Well, thanks for having us on again.
Yes, absolutely. And we have so many great things to talk about here today, and it all really kind of centers around why we love our library so much. So for National Library Week this year, there's a kind of a theme, drawn to the library. So let's talk a little bit about that. Describe some of the reasons, being and doing what you've done for so many years that you see people are drawn to the library.
I think there's many reasons as there are people. But, there is everything from being a hub for creativity, and you mentioned connection, to our fantastic materials and digital materials. Our Library of Things collection is really one of the best in the state, if we do say so ourselves. Yes. And, programming, whatever you want to do or where you want to go, the library is a great place to begin. Yeah. And it can be so many things to so many people. It is really a hub for the community, and it has been for more than 150 years in our case.
It absolutely has. And, Kyle and I say this all the time. We love our libraries on this show. We love to showcase what they're doing. And it's so much more than books. And if that's your reason that you're drawn to the library, well, perfect. I mean, that's why they got started in the first place. But these days, like you said, they are such a hub for people and a place to connect, something to do for kids, teens. There's so many ways that you have created connections too for seniors in the community, which we'll get to. So you talk about the Library of Things and really how abundant it is at the Rock Island Public Library. You brought some things with you here today. I really want to go over some of them because I think people will be surprised when they realize they can check out items like this at their local library. So first here we have a stud finder. If you're doing any home improvement projects, you can check out a stud finder at the library. You've got disc golf here.
Yeah, so you can check out a disc golf, hit your local park. Explore the outdoors. And this is just a section of things, but I brought some things that were good for spring. Again, weather's getting warm. You want to be outside, so
you don't have to buy. You can just try it before you buy it, right? You can check out the disc golf and see if you like it. This is great. It's a whole bird watching backpack, so you can just get the family. You don't need to be expert bird watchers, not yet anyway, because you get a chance to try it all first with your binoculars and all of that. And then you brought some items with you, not necessarily the Library of Things, but these are items that kids are making at some of the really cool, like after school, the activities that they can sign up for.
We have after school activities twice a week. So Tuesdays are Watts Midtown branch and Thursdays at Southwest. That's a so fluttering butterfly there. We also have library ad libs or Mad Libs.
Mad Libs.
You remember Mad Libs?
Yes, those are a favorite.
So there's always something creative and fun going on at those activities. It varies every week. The last week of the month is a book club discussion. Okay. And it's a way to keep kids connected to their library and engaged in a positive way in that after school time frame. Yeah. And so there's something like that probably for every age. If you look at our programming calendar, it's just chock full of stuff all the time.
Jam-packed, always. You're holding a few celebrations as well for National Library Week. So today we're celebrating the right to read. And Tuesday, tomorrow, is National Library Worker Day. And you actually have a special program coming up that relates to relates to that.
Yeah, we're very pleased and thrilled to be able to host a premiere showing of Free for All, the public library. And that is an independent lens production. We'll be showing a shortened preview version with a discussion. And the producers spent years going to libraries across the country and talking about how this valued but sometimes endangered public institution got started, what keeps it going, the stories that happen every day within its halls and outside its halls.
It'd be super interesting.
So that's tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And we've kind of alluded to this a number of times, but the library, it extends beyond the walls of the building. You really do get out there for a lot of outreach. And on Wednesday, that's exactly what you're going to be doing, I believe, at 2 locations.
Yeah, we'll be out in Rock Island Parks. And so at 3:30 at Longview and 4:15 at Hodge Park. And that's just a special National Library Outreach Day, special kind of pop-up stop we're doing. But you know, every day our library people they're in schools, they are delivering materials to senior living centers for our homebound delivery program. They are, you know, they are out and about in the community. So we're drawn to the community as much as the community is drawn to us.
Yeah, it is wonderful. So talk a little bit about why it's so important before we wrap up today to remember libraries year-round and not just this week, and just different ways that we can continue to support our local libraries.
You know, it's a valued public institution, and the more you use it, the more we prove our worth. So just getting a library card and using it, or getting your child a library card and taking your child to the library is a great way to show our value. Checking out items, we keep track of all those numbers, and so that's good for us.
Yeah, the higher the number, the more that you can just show how important you are in the community that you're in. And one other thing that I wanted you to mention too before we totally let you go is these items that you brought with you here today. For somebody to purchase all of these themselves instead of checking them out, over $300?
$366. Our little receipt keeps track of all that, and so yeah, there's a lot of value in using your library.
Amazing.
And you know, if you share your story with us about how you benefited, that's good for us too.
That's wonderful. All right, well, Lisa, thank you so much, and you can always visit them on the web if you want any more information about what's going on at the library. We do appreciate you coming in today.
Oh, thanks again.
Thank you. Coming up on Quad Cities Live, empowering women to shine brighter together. Why you won't want to miss this weekend's first ever GLOW conference. Details next.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Registration is underway for an inspiring and transformative event dedicated to empowering women from all walks of life. We're talking about the GLOW conference set for Saturday, April 12th. Here to tell us all about this one-of-a-kind opportunity is Dr. Ladrina Wilson, the GLOW Empowerment founder. Dr. Wilson, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, really looking forward to talking to you about this entire event. From top to bottom, it looks amazing. So we're going to get into it. But first, tell us a little bit about, you know, the mission here, empowering women to shine brighter together. That is something that I keep seeing. How did your vision for this event really take shape?
Well, there was really 3 things that I was looking at. There are tons of people in this community who have a lot of talent, and there's a lot of untapped talent. We tend to like to do business with and trust the people that we know the best. And so oftentimes when I have had the chance to be in service in this community, I walk in the room and I'm one of only or one of few, whether that's women or women of color. And I know that there's so much more talent out there. In my day job as a consultant, I also get to do coaching with women who I know have high potential, but maybe don't have the networks. And sometimes they don't have the belief in themselves. And so what I'm trying to do is create a space where we can all come together, learn a little bit more about our strengths, learn from people who maybe have some experiences in leadership and entrepreneurship to make the path easier for the next generation, but also create an environment where businesses and nonprofits can see all of this talent that we have in one space and know that they can tap into that talent.
Wow, amazing. GLOW, it's an acronym actually for Grow, Lead, and Owning the Win, which I really like that last part of it. Talk more about what that means and really how you came up with that, because I think it steers people in the direction you were just talking about.
Yeah. So first I have to give credit to our planning committee. We gave them some kind of parameters and they came up with the name. But the Owning the Win part really comes from my years of experience in interviews and also data that's out there about how women attribute their success to other people. Or or to luck or chance without really acknowledging, like, no, you've done the legwork to get to where you're at. This isn't by chance. It is by design and with intent. And so owning that and not attributing your successes to the we, but feeling confident in what you're capable of doing is really the emphasis of the owning the win.
Why do we do that?
I think we're kind of trained that way. Like, the nice thing to do is be like, oh, well, my team did it. I did it when I said, look at what the team came up with for the name. That's the truth. But still, in an interview setting, you're supposed to sell yourself. And you know, we all know we're part of a team, but we have this, it's a Midwest thing too, right? Like, we're humble and we don't want to look like we're bragging. But I do think it's important for women to know and recognize just how much they're capable of.
It is, yeah. So the GLOW Conference, it's meant to be inspiring and transformative, as we said when we started the segment. So talk a little bit about what participants can expect. It starts in the morning, it ends in the late afternoon. It's a big day with a lot going on.
When you say it like that, I'm like, oh, we've still got so much more to do. And it's only like a week and a half away. But we're very excited about the group of speakers that we have. We have some local experts who will be here, folks who are talking about financial savviness, whether that is, you know, just basics of budgeting all the way up to how to be savvy with your investments. We have people that we're flying in from Houston, a psychologist from Houston that's going to talk about perfectionism and how that can really impede progress and how to help people become more confident and not feel like they have to be perfect. We've got folks flying in who specialize in business credit from Dallas. We've got a speaker coming in to talk about generational differences in the workforce who's coming in from Durham, North Carolina. So we've got quite the lineup. And our keynote speaker is going to be phenomenal.
And but before we talk about the keynote speaker, I really have to say, I mean, the actual breakout sessions, which I'm sure that's what you were just referring to, are a big part of the day. They seem so carefully thought out. I mean, really, like the topics are so pertinent, especially to women. So yeah, these are the breakout sessions here on the screen. So if anybody is curious, Dr. Wilson just touched on many of them, but that in itself would be a reason to sign up for this. And then, as you alluded to, the keynote speaker, Nicole Salas, is going to be there, and there she is on the screen. So talk a little bit about her and what she's going to have to say.
Nicole is a brand expert, so she's worked with companies like Champion, Nike, high-end brands. She actually comes from Waterloo, Iowa, but spent most of her adult life and her career in New York, and really went to New York with nothing but a dream. She's going to come and talk to folks about how to command a presence, how to know and show that you're supposed to be in the room and not feel inferior. And she's going to leave people with her very inspiring story. The great thing about Nicole is she also is very much connected to how you show up in your fullness and also embrace your culture. So there is a cultural lens to this as well that is really helping people show up as their most authentic self and not feel like you have to give some other version of you that maybe doesn't feel congruent but might fit the work environment, right? So we're trying to pair your superpower of your culture and your background with how to have a presence and meaningful connection in the work environment.
Yeah, amazing. And you know, for women who are watching this right now that are really interested, I mean, this is really geared toward everyone. You can be a young woman who is about to graduate college. I mean, think of all the amazing things you could learn before you start even applying for your first job in the workforce. But this could also be the woman that's, you know, about to have, you know, kids that go off to college. I mean, there's really something to learn for everyone here.
So the unique thing is we have women who are either aspiring to leadership, in leadership, but also people who are entrepreneurs at different levels of maturity in their development of their companies. So I can tell you, we have people who are senior citizens, who are registered, who have recently started businesses and want to do that better. We have people who are experts in their field and their career, but maybe haven't been able to be on boards and in service in the community, and they want to network but also build the skills to be able to do that. So it really is a dynamic audience of women, and we are centering definitely women, but also offering that cultural context too. So you will see that our speakers sometimes in this community would be one of few that you might see represented. And so if you haven't seen a woman of color in a leadership role in your industry, this might be the place where you go and you find that. Right?
Yeah, wonderful. And I do want to speak to the committee that you have put together, you know, for this empowerment organization. Just talk a little bit about them, and you can find them on the website. We're going to show some of their photos here on the screen right now. But just talk a little bit about some of these backgrounds and the fact that, you know, this team and this committee really mirrors what you're trying to do at the conference as well. I mean, everybody has a story to tell.
Yeah, they definitely do. We have folks who work as consultants. We have folks who are in social services. We've had a really great partnership with Dress for Success, and they've been a tremendous partner with having their staff involved. And then we have organizations like the Lift Foundation that is really about helping women get access to capital who are business owners. So we're very intentional in what we're doing, and we wanted to make sure we had different perspectives represented in the planning committee so that we could create something that spoke to the community.
Yeah, absolutely. And before I let you go, I just wanted to add that attendees are also going to have opportunities to connect with local vendors and local resources. So while we have this whole event that's talking about, how to show you how to be a better leader in the space that you want to be a better leader in, we're also kind of lifting up some of those local organizations at the same time, which is just like icing on the cake.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Okay, well, here's the information on your screen. The GLOW conference is set for Saturday, April 12th. There is a pre-conference workshop on Friday, April 11th. Now, Saturday's event runs from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the St. Ambrose University Rogalski Center in Davenport. To register, visit them on the web, glowempowerment.org. Dr. Ladrina Wilson, first of many, I'm sure, of successful events. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you,
yes,
Morgan.
Of course.
Coming up on QCL, some last-minute changes for a very special birthday party. We'll catch up with Kyle Keel in our Wins of the Weekend. It is time now for our Wins of the Weekend, and we have brought in a very special guest.
Hello, everyone.
Our friend Kyle is here today, but his voice, unfortunately, is not. But we wanted to include him in this.
Yes, and I wanted to be included as well because Morgan's got a great win, so we got to get to that. But first of all, I'm feeling fine. I was sick over the weekend, had no voice yesterday, barely any voice today, so hopefully we're back tomorrow. But yet, sweet Chandler, she's supposed to have her birthday party Saturday, but the family was sick. So instead, we were feeling better yesterday, so we went outside and got some toys out, including the sled, which we couldn't use this year because we didn't get snow. So they decided to pull each other around.
Why not?
In our driveway. So.
Why not? And you know what? She's 3, and this was probably just as fun as any birthday celebration. And you guys could do something else later when you're all feeling better.
Yes.
So quickly, my win of the weekend was that I did it. I was nervous about it. I got on stage to raise money for Common Core and music education. Thank you. I was so nervous.
I was so blown away. I wasn't there. I couldn't be there, but I got a video. And Morgan, you are very talented.
Well, thank you.
And very nicely done.
Thank you. And then I got to sing with the house band, and they were like the nicest, most wonderful people. So
yes, all for a great cause.
Yes. So thanks to them, and thank you for watching. Your News at 4 is next.